I know you guys can hear me because now I can hear the dog. You're all right, Karina. Happy Saturday. Welcome, welcome. Settle in. I've decided on the next thing I'm going to crochet. And it's kind of a thing that the students had requested and kind of a different take on it. One of the things that my students had asked me to crochet for them before we broke up for school for the year was a dragon. And now that the wife is back home, I binge watched House of the Dragon last night. I've been a big Song of Ice and Fire fan for many, many years. Read all of the books several times. And I've always liked the whole concept of Dreamfyre. The dragon that belonged to Daenerys the Dreamer, and in House of the Dragon to Helena. I like her colors. I like just kind of mystery around how she seems to be attracted to riders who will dream. So I found a dragon pattern that I think would work. And I have yarn at the house that I think would work as well. So I'm going kind of with this color scheme. So this will be the main body and this will be the details. Dreamfyre in some pictures is like blue and turquoise. In other pictures, she's like blue and gray. And I keep saying she. I'm pretty sure that dragons are asexual. Not asexual, agender. Sorry. But I'm going to call her she because that's just my headcanon. Got the pattern. I already have the yarn. Hopefully I have enough of it. And I took a day off of streaming yesterday to kind of catch up. Fatigue is hitting me pretty hard. I did go to the doctors. I got a shit ton of blood work done. And some things have popped up in there that we're kind of exploring further. But in the meantime, I don't want to just be a bed-rotting couch goblin all day. So, coming online. I'm going to get a good pattern up and we're going to start crocheting Dreamfyre. The background music today is just some off-brand House of the Dragon epic music and ambiance. The channel name is, I can't see right now. I don't know. The channel name is Ambient Worlds. Oops, and I totally turned it off, didn't I? Good job, Sarah. So yeah, the channel name is Ambient Worlds, and this is a video called Dragonstone Arrival. So that's what we're doing today. That's what we're listening to today. So let's get down to business. So the main color of the body is this burlap blanket yarn. Its color might look familiar because it's what I made my blue chicken out of, my Stardew Valley blue chicken. So this is what we're going to see a lot of, and then the additional details will be that gray that I've used for my sharks and some other things. So yeah, let's get that pattern up and get going. Now I'm bringing the pattern up and I want to make sure that it doesn't block out you guys from seeing stuff. I know she's home, guys. You'll be all right. I think Emma just pulled in from going off and doing her dog sitting stuff. Oh, and the bots are already here? Goodness. Okay. Right, now if I make that bigger, is that going to kill the video? Sorry, I'm streaming. Okay. Yep, it does kill the video. Oh. let's shrink that down. All right, let's get going with a new project. So what I've done to make counting easier on myself, this body has 101 rounds. And the pattern literally says that this is a marathon, not a sprint. So sit down and get comfortable, kind of. This is a marathon, and I hope you're ready. So to make my life easier and remembering what row number I am, I'm writing down some of the row numbers, and then I'm scratching them off as we go through. This, I didn't want to write out all 101 right now because lazy. So I stuck with the first 20, and then when we do the first 20, I'll keep adding some more if we get through the first 20. And I'm going to put my big ball on the floor because that's probably the safest place for it right now. And it looks like we are starting in the round. All right, let's go. Four single crochets. Okay. And I'm going to put a pin in this because I always lose where the hole is on these chains. Okay. So we're doing 4 single crochets into that hole. The first round is always the hardest. Okay, this is single crochet number 3. And single crochet number 4. Okay. Oh, and I forgot to do my check-in with the Crafty Collective. Okay. Okay, so we are doing 4 single crochets around for 5 rounds. So that is 20 stitches per round. Okay. Get rid of this. No, 20 stitches altogether. Yeah, not per round. Okay. One. 2. I'm gonna move myself a little bit. 3, 4, and 5. Ooh, this one's tough. 6. 7. 8. Hi, Cosmic. A dragon. 9. 10. Ooh, this is looking too wide. Okay, let's frog it and start over. Okay, I'm going to have to be very deliberate about stitch marker and placement for this, at least at the very start, because this kind of tail shapes the whole thing. So from what I'm gathering from the pattern, I'm starting at the very end of the tail and going up into the bigger part of the body. Okay, so let's try this again. 4, 2, chain 2. Okay. And then 4 into this chain piece right here. Single crochets, and I am going to shake a lot. I haven't taken my shaking meds, even though I probably should, because it's really bad today. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Now what I want to do is see if I can mark those 4 stitches. So there's one parallel here, so that's 1. I can see it, it's just not wanting to go through. 2. 3. And I think this is 4. Ooh. All right, girls. Okay. So yeah, one of the things that my students wanted me to crochet for them before I left for the summer. Yeah, probably some neighbor or something. Before we left for the school year, they asked me to make a dragon, and I was like, okay, sounds like something I would enjoy doing. So I said, yeah, I'll make it this summer. We'll come back. So that's kind of been in the back of my head for a couple of weeks now. Like, oh, I haven't started the dragon, da da da. Meantime, I'm not even going to have these students again next year because it's officially official that I'm the resource teacher. But I digress. So since the wife got back from the UK the other day, and we binged watched House of the Dragon because I didn't watch it while she was gone. We missed a couple of weeks. So yeah. So I decided I wanted to do one of the dragons from there. And it was kind of a toss-up between Caraxes or Dreamfyre. I like Caraxes because he's very noodly, and I like his color kind of thing, and he's a bit of a smart-ass dragon. But I really like Dreamfyre's story and the connections between Daenerys the Dreamer and Helena, and I love that blue and gray or blue and turquoise kind of color thing. So I went, okay, we're gonna do Dreamfyre. I've always been a huge A Song of Fire and Ice fan. I've read all the books, at least each of them once, including like House of the Dragon and not House of the Dragon, Song of Ice and Fire, and I haven't seen the play, obviously, because it's like brand spanking new, but I have read all about it. So that's how I settled on doing the dragon and doing Dreamfyre, and that's what I'm doing. So this pattern, I've linked it up below. It seems pretty well tested, well done. It's definitely not AI, which is a hard thing to find now on Etsy. We're having glass bottle Coke today. Okay. So the plan is to work on Dreamfyre for the foreseeable future. And it's hot today. So if you see me toweling off, it's because I'm a sweaty bee. Okay, so now we are going to try 4 single crochets around for 5 rounds. So 20 stitches in total. And I got to make sure I'm getting them in the right spot. Which is why I try to mark all of these 4 bottom ones, so I can know, okay, yep, I've done that one. Because especially with this really really thick yarn and how it's fuzzy, I often will do 2 stitches in one space because I'm not sure where it goes. So I'm hoping with me marking each of these stitches. All right, so that's 4. We'll be okay. Right. I just did 4 stitches, and why does it already look weird? Right, let's just keep going and see what happens. Six, 7. Jeez Louise, this is tough. 8, 9, 10, 11, I might need to go to a bigger hook because I am struggling with the stitches for this one. Right. This is going to happen a lot, by the way. I want a 6. Because this is a new pattern for me, there's a 6. So we're going to frog a lot at the start. So hope that's okay with you. So technically, I believe that burlap blanket, you're supposed to be using an 8. The pattern suggests a 5, a 5, 5, or a 6, your preference. And it specifically used burlap blanket yarn. So I might just, if the 6 is too much for me, I think I have a 7. I definitely don't have a 7. I have several 8s. No, I definitely don't have a 7. But I do have 8s. So let's give this another try. So like I said, this is going to be a lot of trial and error for me at the start. Finding the right hook size, finding the right tension. And like I said, with this kind of blanket, chenille kind of yarn, me finding those first few holes are difficult. Okay, so we'll start over again. Chain 2. Let me get my pattern back down to where it was. Chain 2, 4 single crochets into that first chain. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And the other thing I need to remember is that I need to be looser on my tension. So ordinarily when I'm making amigurumi or stuffed animals of any kind, I try to keep my tension super tight to not have the stuffing go through. I have a bit more leeway with this because it's so fuzzy. So if it's not super tight, it's not going to be the end of the world. Okay. So let me try to do this next round without any clips. All right, so 1. Actually, I'm going to put a clip to where I start. I'm just going to stick one in there, see how it goes. And if I can get 4 back to that spot, I know I'm doing well. All right, so 4 single crochets in the round. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And that's where I started. So it looks like might have an extra in here somewhere. Okay. Let's try it again. So I'm going to try to get into this space that I marked as my first one. One, and I'm going to mark that as 1. 2, 3, 'That's a little better. 4. Okay. So that is the second and the third row done. If you guys can hear the background TV, let me know, and I'll turn off. Actually, I'll do that right now. I'll just turn off. Where we go? Audio, noise gating. We'll turn that on. Okay. And just going to turn the volume up just a hair on this for me. Okay, hopefully that will stay on. Okay. All right, let's try to do another 4. 1. I'm going to mark that. Stretch a little bit. Ooh, this got really tight really fast. Where are my stitches? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Row 4 is done. Let's do another round. 1. 2. 3 and 4. Okay. And one more, and then we start increasing, which hopefully will make things a little easier for me. One. 2. 3. And 4. Okay. 6 rows done. Now we're going to start increasing. So 1 increase and 3 singles. Okay. So 1 increase. And that's a 1. And 3 singles. 1. 2. 3. Okay. Rounds 4 through 8 are 5 stitches all around. Okay. So let's start doing that again. Getting a little bit fatter this time. Let's see if we can find those stitches. Here's 1. Let's mark it. 2. 3. 4. That's my stitch. So this is the last one right here. 5. Okay. 8. Let's do another 5. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Okay. So 9 done. Round 9 done. We've got a little dragon tail going on. It's a bit bulky at the bottom. We're getting it. Okay. Let's do round 10, another 5. So I need to start loosening up again. I started going tight. I can tell. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's a lot looser, that one. All right, round 11. Same as the first. Same as the next. Ooh. There we go. So I've just put my headphones on, not that I'm using them. But the TV is loud, so I'm trying to listen to you guys. All right, let's do another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And one more round of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we are done with the first 12 rounds. What's next? An increase and then 4. So this is kind of what it looks like. It's going to do 5 rounds, then an increase round. 5 rounds, excuse me, and then an increase round as we get bigger and bigger and bigger. So the background music, it's a track called Dragonstone Arrival from House of the Dragon. It's just non-copyrighted music that sounds like House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones, Song of Ice and Fire. And it's from a channel called Ambient Worlds. I do like that specific channel for movie and television type music. Whereas like Lo-Fi Girl is really good for me just kind of jamming and having fun, and then I use the Solace Crossing more for just kind of like chill out, relaxing. This is more, I don't know, I just like this. All right, so I am doing an increase and then 4 singles. Okay, let's do our increase. Okay, and then 4 singles. 1. I want to play more of my first increase piece first. 1. 2. 2. Come on, my mouse. 3. 4. Okay. So that's 13 done. And now I'm just doing 5 around. 1. 2. 3. 4. This is 5 right here. Okay. Definitely getting a little fatter. It's still a quite narrow for me as far as like being able to be confident on getting into the right spaces, but it does not need to be perfect because it's just for me. All right, 15. Same again, 5 around. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. I mean, I seem to be ending up in the right spot, even if I'm not exactly getting them in the right space or hole. I'm ending in the right spot. She just might have a lumpy tail. See how it kind of goes in a bit there? It's like scales. All right, let's do another 5. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Okay. All right, let's write out some more numbers. Okay. So we've got up to row 35 written down now. Anybody want rice dressing? That was from my dinner that I ate on stream the other day. I just have to put it away. All right, another 5, right? Oh, it should be 6. Oh dear. Row 13 needs to be 6, and I'm on row 17. Oh, we gotta do some frogging. That's 1. 2. Where's the increase? There's the increase. Okay. Let's try this again. So I need to do... Ooh, that was a bummer. Okay. Just trying to see if I can find where the increase is. I think it's that. Okay. So let's do 6 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze one more in here. 6. All right, so that's 13 redone. Do another 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's 14 redone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That one was a lot looser, so I'm hoping it gets easier. All right, that was 15 redone. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 16 redone, so we're caught up back again. 16. All right, we got 3 more. 16, 17, and 18. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And 17. Oh, that was 17. No, that was 16. This is 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6. Okay. Yeah, it's getting definitely easier with me remembering to loosen up my tension. I'm going to give myself a finger stretch break because I need it. Where is it? Hand stretch break. All right, so we are 17 rows in. Got my little fan here, making me happy. Let's do some stretches. So we are 17 rows into Dreamfyre, which is a dragon from the A Song of Ice and Fire world. If you watch House of the Dragon, she's Helena's dragon. Okay. I'm just looking at the pattern, and there's a note on the second page of the body that says, "You're doing so great, 60 rounds in, and we haven't even started the actual body." At least this writer has a sense of humor. That's what I gotta say. Yeah, this is definitely the tail. It's got a very long tail. If you click the link, you can see the, yeah, it looks pretty big. Just go back and have a look at the link myself. Open link. Yeah, if you look at some of the pictures on the link of the what do you call it, the pattern. Although there's one that's like hand size, but I'm thinking she probably uses worsted weight yarn, and there's others that are like I'm cuddling it size. So it's gonna be a big one, just like my it's probably gonna end up like Crovis, where I thought, oh, it's gonna be this cute little kind of thing here, and it's like this gigantic monster. I do love my Clovis, though. I'm so glad I did that. Okay, let's do row 18. One, two, three, four, 5, and 6. Okay, row 18 done. Row 19, increase, and then 5 to make a total of 7. One increase. Let that off. Into 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. All right, that's that increased row done. So that's 19 done. All right, rows 20 through 24 are again 5 rounds of 7 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Row 20 done. Let's get another 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Okay. Let's do 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Look at this tail. It's already huge. This is going to be massive. Ay. That's not a bad thing. All right, ad break in a minute. While that ad break's going to go, I'm going to go change my shirt because I'm sweaty and grab another drink. All right, so I'm going to run the ad right now. more comfortable. All right, put those to one side because those make me sweat like crazy. All right, another 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, this is the last round of 7. Down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who was being naughty? Who was being naughty? Oh. 7. Okay. Time for the increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. It's like, it's already a foot long. Easily already a foot long. And it also says you should be stuffing firmly as it goes, but I don't think I want to stuff this yet. I like how it's kind of loosey-goosey at the end. Like, I kind of like how it's very flexible. Like, as I get maybe fatter and more of a space between the round. Yeah, I don't think I want to start stuffing this guy yet because I can, like, just about fit my index finger in here. Yeah, I think stuffing would be a waste at this point. Okay, so we are starting on round 26. So we got 5 rounds of 8 crochet, 8 single crochets. Let's go. 1, 8. Five, 6, 7, 8. And break. The downside to wearing these earbuds is that every time I touch them to move them, it stops the music. Round 27. Another 8. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. This is starting to definitely work up faster. Now that this pit isn't so tight, I'm not so deliberate with all of my, like, trying to find that spot. It's a lot easier to see now. Okay, another 8. Speaking of, now I can't find the hole. All right, where is it? There it is. 1. 2. 3. 5. 6. 7 and 8. I have no idea what they're barking at. They're at opposite sides of the house, opposite ends of the house. So one will be barking in the backyard, one will be barking in the front yard. No idea. You guys good? 28 is done. Two, 3, and I forgot to mark the third. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And last one of the 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. 30 rows done. This will be another increase round. So let's take a break. Okay. So just the tail portion before it gets to this, where it blows out a little bit more into the body, it starts to blow out to the body in round 68. And I am on round 31. So I'm about halfway there. So this tail is going to be like 3 feet long, maybe? Yeah, this is going to be huge. Yeah. I hope I'm not going to have enough yarn. Well, this is what I thought. I might need to order another blue, but we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. I'm not going to preemptively order it at this point. Yeah, so if the tail is like 3 feet long, I'm guessing the body and head is going to be like about the same. Let me see if there's a good like outstretched picture. Yeah, the body and tail, the tail looks about as long as the body. There's on one of the reviews, there's a picture of somebody holding it and they're cuddling it and the head is here and the butt of the dragon is just like right under the boobs. So that's probably like 1.5 feet maybe. Which is okay because I don't have any huge dolls or huge toys for my classroom yet. Like, well, I don't know. Krobus might actually be taller than my biggest dragon. I mean, my biggest shark. Let me go get my shark. It's right over there, so I can go grab it. So this is the big guy. This is the guy that's in my profile picture. And he's the biggest I have in my classroom so far. The kids call him Big Chungus. Still got some paint on his butt from something. I don't know. But yeah, that's the biggest one I've got so far, Mr. Chungus. And so he's Big Chungus. And then there's a little smaller, much smaller one, like this big version of him. And that's Baby Chungus. This is all their namings, by the way. This is not my influence whatsoever. And then I made another, somebody wanted a girl shark. So I made another one that's about the same size as Baby Chungus, but with a pink little bow on it. And I thought, okay, that'll be like Sister Chungus or Big Sis. No, it's Princess Chungus. So there's Big Chungus, Baby Chungus, and Princess Chungus. Oh. All right, where am I? I'm on 31. 31 is an increase round. So I'm doing an increase and then 7 more. All right, so. No, I'm only catching one of them. Come on, guys, behave yourselves. Increase. And 7 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, this is getting so much easier to work up now. 7. Okay. So this is getting a little thicker now. Oh, earbud overboard. Dog hair. I think my wife was watching the King's Speech. It's kind of what it sounds like. All right, that increase round is done. All right, so these are 9 around, right? 9 stitches around, okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey, Supreme. How are you, friend? Welcome, welcome. All right, round 32 is done. I'm good, thank you. Good, good. Hot, but I'm good. Okay. How's your little bug collection going? Yes, let's do that. I think it's like 80 something right now. They're really cool looking. Like, even people that don't like spiders, I think will be into those. I'm not too bothered about bugs and stuff like that, but oh, you got to see these cosmic. She's making bug. She's making beaded spiders with like wire and beads. Yeah, they look so cool. Yeah. Now, are you going to turn them into like brooches or something, or are they just going to kind of hang out on your desk? What do you think? What are you going to do with them all? Hanging. That's cool. Like a Halloween thing, or they could be an all year thing. They're so pretty. Okay, 9. Yeah. All right, I gotta count out loud. Hang on a second. 1. Oh, that's too loose. Okay, that's better. 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I've just realized this is the second dark project I'm making, or project with dark yarn that I'm making, and it's so like hard to see. Yeah, Cosmic, if you aren't following Doom, you gotta. They're a pretty awesome person, and they make really cool stuff. $33 is $9. Why is my face cam suddenly like, yeah, we're gonna tip over? Weird. Okay. It's almost as big as my head now. I'm gonna have to start stuffing it soon, I think. Alright, let's untwist. Right, another 9 stitches. Let's go. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. And 9. Okay. Okay. Why does this keep wanting to come out? It's a little better. Okay. All right, 34 is done. 2 more rounds of 9 after this. But I think I have a little bit of polyfill left from Krobus that I think I'll stuff a little bit right now. And I did get that huge box in Cosmic. Remember we were kind of hemming and hawing over if I should order a big giant box or just enough to get one project done. The big box is here. Toothpick. Let's do some stuff in. Gonna need a lot at this point because, like I said, it doesn't. The hollow part is not very hollow. Enough for now. Come back, stitch marker. You're not supposed to do that. Okay. All right, that's a little bit more. Gives it a little bit more firmness, I guess. Okay. Dragon tail is halfway done with the actual tail part, not the body part. It's weird. This section, this pattern section is called body, but it definitely is like tail, 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 body. So. Okay, another set of 9. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, jeez. 4, 5. I love motorcycles. 6. 7, 8, and 9. Okay. And everything I've written down, we've done. All right, 35. Let's do another set of numbers. That's how my premenopausal brain remembers what row I'm on. I just write them down. As I finish, cross it off. $51, $52. Okay. So we've done 35 rounds in an hour and a half. Now, what I've learned works for me is that I write down, like, this section has 101 rounds. I'm not going to write down up to 101, so I just do, and as I get to the stitch marker that makes the start of the round, I cross it off, and then I know, okay, if it's not crossed off, I haven't finished that round yet. That's just how it works in my brain. I've gone through, like, I've done tally marks. I've had like little clicky stitch counters, and yeah. Basically, if I can see the number, I have not done the round. That's how I know. All right. So 36 is one more round of 9. Yeah. Yeah, and I've written, I don't know how well, let me see if I can get it better in the shot. I've written body, so I know this is the body section. So even though it's, this is tail. Okay, one more round of 9, and then we're doing an increase round. This is going to be fun trying to figure out where to put this tail while I'm stitching. Okay. One, two, two, 3, 4. Uh-oh. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. All right, that's last of our rows of 9. You guys have an ad break starting soon, so I'm going to take a finger break. Go grab myself a Gatorade, and I'll be right back. Okay. right, I think you guys are back from the ad. Thanks for hanging out, dealing with that. All right, so I'm on round 37, which is an increase round. So an increase and then 8 singles, making it 10. 1, 2. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. I have no idea what she's watching. I thought it was the King's Speech, but I can't tell now. Something with British accents. Okay. So 37's done. Yep, I've crossed that out. We're in 38. Wow. A different phone, not one here. Okay, I think I am going to do up to round 42, which is all of the 10 rounds done, and then I'll call it there because I don't want to wear my thumbs out. So let's go do that. All right, so I need to do 10 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. This part's starting to whip up quick, and it's definitely a lot less lumpy before. I could tell that I was doing a lot of front loop only or back loop only just because of how bumpy it is, but I think that kind of gives it a scaly feel because this is very smooth, and down here you can tell I was doing front loop only by mistake. But I mean, look at that. That looks really cool. That's like a little scale pattern. Maybe I've improved the pattern. All right, let's do row 39. I like it too. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. You know, it's funny. I was reading articles today about like it's for some people it's starting to go back to school time. They go back a lot earlier than I do. And some districts are telling their teachers that they can't post or publicize wish lists for their classroom because it makes the district look bad that they're not giving their teachers enough money to supply their classrooms. Wow. my district is fine with me asking for things, especially since I have a new room I'm decorating this year. I think I'm going to be spending a couple of pennies. Well, yeah, it's not even that they need to pay me more. They just need to give me money to buy stuff. Like, hey, can I like have some pencils? Can you get me some paper? I had to put in a requisition for staples at the end of the school year last year because I'd run out of the box that I had for like 2 years. And I go to the front desk and I'm like, hey, do you just got like a sleeve of staples that I could have? She's like, wow, you'd have to fill out a form. And I'm like, can you just give me some of yours? So I ended up like going to a neighboring teacher's classroom and like, just can I have a sleeve of staples to get me? Like not even the whole box, just a little connected bit. So I got my staples in the end, but it's like, guys, come on, just give me what I need. Yeah. I'm lucky that the school district that I work in, the PTO will give every teacher $100 to spend for classroom supplies, which doesn't go really far. Now, I'm lucky that this coming year, I only have like 8 students. So yeah, a ton of pencils is going to last me for the school year, especially since some of these kids don't write. But I don't remember this being an issue when I was in school in the 90s. It's been that long though. I think when, like the town that I live in has definitely gotten worse as far as like money goes. Like I used to work for the town that I live in. I taught there for many, many years. And I got laid off because of budget stuff. And they ended up closing an elementary school in order to try to save money. And then, because we had 3 elementary schools in the district, and they closed one of them and to redistribute the kids. And now the buildings are like packed full. Yeah. And my son's 15, and I've always got, like, as a parent, I've always had like, oh, here's the supply list you'll need for the year. And I know some teachers will do like communal supply lists, like, okay, you're not giving your son 20 pencils, you're giving the classroom 20 pencils, and those kind of go to everybody. And I kind of like that system better, but anyway. The other lucky thing that I have is that because I'm a special education teacher, I can get away with buying things under a special education budget. So if I need like thicker pencils or the grippers or certain kinds of paper markers and stuff, I can usually get the SPED department to buy that for me. But yeah. Okay, I need to do 10. 1. What grades do you teach again, Supreme? Was the older ones, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Yeah, grade 4. So we're kind of, yeah, I did 3 and 4 last year. Government has told the parents the school will supply things, whereas before parents purchased pencils, erasers, and such when we supply what's needed. But they have not allowed enough money to make it happen. So we buy things for our class on top of buying resource posters and yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I think incentives are a double-edged sword. I don't mean to sound like an old lady. I do a lot of incentives for my kids, not just physical things, but like time off and that kind of stuff. But I don't remember having this kind of level of incentive needed when I was in school in the 90s. Like there's more of an expectation of getting a reward for doing what was the norm before. Does that make sense? Yes, the instant gratification. Yeah. And you know, part of that is the internet, and part of that is a different style of parenting, I'm sure, but it's definitely like doing well and pleasing it's probably not a good thing. Pleasing people isn't a reward into itself anymore. Like there's definitely an exchange needed. Like, you will do this for me and then I will give that to you. Whereas I don't remember that being a thing before. All right, another round of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, another set done. All right, one more round of 10, and then I'm calling it an afternoon for crochet. I don't want my hand to get too much. Kids who were disrupting morning classes. That's true. Yeah, like there was a lot, schools were a lot stricter as far as behaviors go. And I'm not even talking like the special ed behaviors, just like the general expectation of behavior was more before. And yeah, we do have a lot more like social emotional needs and mental health issues. Holy smokes, I've had so kids with like mental health issues, like actual significant mental health issues, more in the last 5 years than I have in my whole time of teaching. And I'm not blaming like any kind of like, oh, newfangled thing. No, these are kids with like actual serious, you're seeing things, you're super like homicidal, you're cutting at age 5. Like this is kind of, yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I don't want to go into too many stories because I've had some, probably the most dignified way to put this is I have had students who've gone through serious, significant trauma, and seeing how that fucks up their brains is heartbreaking. So, all right, one more round of 10. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Hey, Cub. Maybe I'll take a little break then, because all you guys are coming to hang out. Are you reverse stalking again? Sometimes you need the incentives for kids, and you can't only give it to those kids. Yes, most of my kids earn their gems, and when they spend them on non-physical things like eating lunch in another class with a friend. Yes. I do my best to make incentives experiential, as opposed to like tangible objects, just because I'm a poor teacher. So yeah. Aww, you guys are cute. Well, I was gonna dip out, but maybe I'll hang out a little longer. So I'm making, long story short, hi. So before I left at the end of the school year, a couple of my students asked me to make a dragon, and there wasn't a lot of time until the end of the school year. So I'm like, yeah, I'll work on it this summer. We'll have a dragon when we get back. So that's kind of been in the back of my head for a while, and I'd found a pattern that I liked for dragons, and I just hadn't started on it. But then my wife and I binged watched House of the Dragon last night. We had watched like 4 episodes, and I'm like, I want to make a House of the Dragon or a Song of Ice and Fire dragon. So it was a toss-up between Cyrax and Dreamfyre, because I like their colors and I like the noodliness of Cyrax, and yeah. But I liked Dreamfyre's colors better, the blue and the gray, and I happen to have blue and gray yarn. So, long story short, we're working on Dreamfyre, which is a dragon from the House of Dragons. And I just started it today. And oh my gosh. A dragon pattern. Stop. No, I will. I probably will. I've just been playing with the tatting stuff. I need to get more muscle memory going and stuff like that. But so I'm making a dragon, and I didn't realize it was going to be this big. So I am about 3/4 of the way on the tail. And wait, can I back up? This is the tail so far. So we've decided it's going to be huge. The pattern calls for, the pattern calls for a burnout blanket yarn, which is what I'm using, and either a 5, a 5.5, or a 6 hook. And I started with the 5.5, and it was too tight for me. I wasn't doing it. So I'm starting with a 6, but I'm wondering if that's why it's going to be so gigantonormous. It's because I'm using a 6. But yeah, the pattern, I've pinned the pattern I'm using. Winnie the Dragon. And there's a couple on there that like comparison pictures. Burnout Blanket is I want to say a 5 or a 6. I don't know. But I'm looking at, like, there's pictures on the pattern, and you can, one person used standard worsted, and it's like that big, maybe. Like that big. And then there's another person who's got it, they have it, and it's like cuddled on them, and the body goes down to their boob, and then the tail is like wicked long. This is gonna be huge. I love it though. I don't have anything big as far as crochet toys in my classroom, so this is gonna be a big one. And at least I get to name this one. It's already got a name. My students have named all my other stuff, like Big Chunkus. So I'm gonna. Oh, and you're supposed to stuff as you go as well with this guy. That's better. Okay. Right. Here we go, little baby. I think I'm going to push this in. I'm just procrastinating on doing the next round because my thumb hurts and I want to give it a little break. And why isn't the music going again? Ugh. That's better. That's better. All right. Now he's got a bit of a blocky tail. She's got a bit of a blocky tail. Close. Ugh. All right, guys. I am going to dip just because I need my thumb to chill and I'm wicked hot. I need to go take a shower. But I'll raid you. Let's see who I can raid you into. Yeah, no worries. Who is around? Actually, let me open my following tab. Catatonic Divas is on. Let's go right into theirs. Dry your hair with a t-shirt. All right. Search and filter. All right, let's go raid. T-shirts are a lot softer, still absorbs the water.